fucking balls. Yes, that is correct. It is live. We are live. It's officially live. Are you alive? I don't think you're alive. I think you're dead. You're a dead man. I think you're a dead man. Right. Now, I've got to figure out how the fuck to do this. Right, I think if we boot faced, that's it. We want to boot faced. Are you booting? You are booting. You have booted. And now I want to load my little save state. Oh. Oh, it is not. It's not incredibly happy about it. Let's see. Let's see if that glitch is now permanent. No. No, I think we're fine. Okay. So, for those of you who are not keeping score, it's 2-0 to Yuri. No, it's... he's also level 20. I didn't actually... I must have taken that in subconsciously because I didn't 100% think of that when I said 2-0. But nonetheless, Yuri, the score 2-0, that was a joke. The actual score, if you remember rightly last week, we got absolutely fucking trashed by Wugili. And so we have a bit of a score to settle. I think I may need to adjust my... No, I don't. Just surprisingly loud in my ear. But the secret to defeating Wugui, I believe, is if we have a check of my equipment, we have a Leonardo's Bear. It renders instant death ineffectual. Makes a sad face if you squeeze it. How often people do. If you squeeze me, depends on where you squeeze me, doesn't it? Oh, I think that might be a record, mightn't it? That's about, what, 2 minutes I've been talking here? And we've already got a sexual reference. Zhuzhen now has a Leonardo's Bear. Yuri now has a Leonardo's Bear. Marguerite now has a Leonardo's Bear. So everybody is fully kitted with Leonardo's Bear, because that is the way to beat Wugui, or at least I hope it is. I also did a little tiny bit of training with Yuri and Zhuzhen, hence why Marguerite is lagging behind a touch. But hopefully this time, Wugui will come in, Wugui will try and deal his instant death bullshit manoeuvre, and I will instantly go, no, I don't think so. Which puts the sort of tables at least fair again. So no, we're no longer sort of absolutely fucked. We're only going to be sort of partially fucked. And partially fucked is just not worth it. It's not worth the effort, really, is it? You know, you need the full fucking or no fucking at all. You leave a person hanging with a partial fucking. Anyway, I did look up the elements in this game. They are pretty simple. You've got 6 elements: dark, light, earth, wind, water and fire. Dark and light have an opposing relationship. Earth and wind have an opposing relationship, and water and fire have an opposing relationship. So because we know Wugui is darkness, Heaven's Fiend should serve me reasonably well, although it's also... this is why I prefer sort of elemental rings rather than elemental sort of opposing forces, because elemental opposing forces are a bit of a pain in the arse, because when you try to take advantage of an element, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage to that, you know, to the element you're trying to take advantage of. Oh yes, of course. Special attacks, and I think that's all special attacks after all, heal the little shit. Well, arguably the best time to have fucked that up and not done it properly, by Jove, is most certainly the first turn, because at least I didn't undo any progress. But yes, so no special attacks for me. Game of death, couldn't give a shit, mate. Unless, of course, you land on you taking it, in which case that might shorten this boss fight no end. Green! No, miss. Leonardo's Bear says fuck off. Every time you squeeze it, Leonardo's Bear just goes fuck off. Fortunately, I think being Heaven's Fiend doesn't... I mean, it certainly doesn't put me at a huge disadvantage, but I think it puts Holy onto Yuri's attack. Therefore, it's not a total waste. I would have liked to have been able to use the Heaven's Fiend abilities, but, you know, needs must, I suppose. That's where I think, to a certain extent, Inferno and the whole fire tree of fusions, it is simply the best because cock. The fire tree is simply the best because of cock. If you have plentiful cock, you're gonna do all right. But in all seriousness, the fire tree is one of the best because you can just you can augment your already stupendous attack. So 9 times out of 10, I will probably favour just going, hey, let's be Inferno, let's Moxie Bastion, I think it's called. I might be thinking of the wrong move. Actually, it might be Ignition that does the attack strength and Moxie Bastion does something else. Okay, so Nightmare is a bit of a problem because it's everybody. I mean, that's a fair chunk of change. Zhu Xian needs a little bit of healing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It does mean using my strong... Oh, God almighty. Concentrate on the fucking Judgment Ring. It does mean putting Yuri as a healer for a turn, but depending on how small is, how small are your smalls? I don't know. Let's find out how small his smalls are. Are his smalls too small for small? Anything over about 50 would be glorious. Oh, that is not a small number at this stage of the game. Over 100 in healing, definitely not a small number. I suppose eventually the game will prove that over 100 will be considered a very small number. But at the end of the day, at this stage, 100's worth of health when he was only doing about 60's worth of damage is more than enough. Not what I would classify as a little bit of damage. I think Yuri should be fine for a couple more hits. Oh, shitting hell, I think he's flagging already. You can see his posture has changed, which means he may very well be near death. Give me a good Marguerite shot. Oh, that was a good... Thank you, game. You gave me a good Marguerite shot. Still not quite enough, but as I say, he's definitely... I do appreciate it when games do that. When they go, here... Look, you can see he is fucking going summoner. He is struggling to stand up, and that tells you information. And I always appreciate it when they give you, even if it's something subtle like this, you know. And even you know, the true old school, when it was literally just, oh, he's now flashing in a non sort of flasher Mac sort of way. He's now flashing, therefore, oh, you're doing well. Whereas this one, as I say, it's nice that they've put the effort into going, okay, once he reaches X number of health, whatever, I don't know if there's a universal percentage based on it or not, but nonetheless, when it hits X value, it changes his sort of idle animation. It's a good attention to detail. It's a very nice feature. Everything about this game, I don't honestly know that... I mean, I suppose if I drilled deep down, undoubtedly I'm sure I could find something that is wrong with the game. However, off the top of my head, as a general sweeping statement, I really don't think there's much wrong with this game. It does everything really very well. Impossible. Defeated again. Whoa! It's Roger Bacon. You. Well, that was succinct and unfortunate. Ah, I see. Roger Bacon saved Wigilly. Ah, I wonder why. Damn. We gotta get out of here because this place was falling apart. Oh. Hurry before everything collapses. You're awake. It appears we've somehow brought back to We've been brought back to Shanghai somehow. Words, they're hard and difficult. Who do you think rescued us from the rubble? Well, it's going to be Kawashima, or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, it's definitely Kawasaki? No, it's definitely not that. They're motorbikes, I think. I better go next door and check it out myself. Yes, as I say, I'm moderately confident we were rescued by I'm fairly certain it's Kawashima and the little fella that hangs around her. It appears we've been brought back to Shanghai somehow. So she wants to go next door and check it out herself. Well, off you go then. Yuri's not going to stand in your way. Oh, wait. What you actually mean is I have to do it myself. Go around and check myself. Check out what... Oh! I think the ruse is up. There's Japanese soldiers in your room, smuggler woman. Oh, he's... guy in the background there. Can't remember his name. Kato, isn't it? Kato just let one rip and woof. Fuck me, that smelt. Kawashima, there we go. Ah, you're awake. Yeah, I'm awake, alright. Care to tell me what's going on here? Why the Japanese army? Yeah, this is Lieutenant Colonel Unit 30 for the Temple Ruins. Lieutenant Colonel Kawashima. Japanese army is our enemy. They went to the Temple Ruins for the White Tiger votive picture. Right? Sergeant Kato and I posed as smugglers entirely to maintain contact with you. You're Kawashima of the Japanese army. Please try not to be angry. We apologize for withholding information from you. Shut up. Lovely spelling of the word shut up. Ah, shut up in your face. You think you can just let bygones be bygones, pal? Calm yourself. At present, we're not your enemies. I'll be the judge of that. Take it easy, kid. Let's hear what they have to say. What are you saying, Pops? How can you be so calm? We don't know what could be happening to Alice. Alice is fine. I'm getting my voice is all very confused. So you're Yoshiko Kawashima. Yoshiko. I think you'd probably try and drop the I as much as possible, say it as quickly as possible. Although that's more, I'm thinking more of like Yosuke, where you drop the U, so I might be wrong. That might be fully Yoshi Kawashima of the Japanese army. If only I'd realised sooner, I would have killed you without a thought. In fairness, I think there would have had to have been a thought, even if that thought was pull trigger. But at some point, you know, there has to be a thought from the brain to the body to do the killing, I think. Now, let's not be hostile. The only ones who will profit from our fighting are Dawai and the Japanese who aim to take Shanghai. Please think about it. If we truly hated you, would we have gone through the trouble of putting our men in danger, asking them to dig you out of that monster-infested rubble? You just said that Alice is okay, right? How'd you know that? If I were Dawai, I'd protect her. She's a treasure to him. Her very existence gives him satisfaction. So I can get my satisfaction. He will leave her in some secure location while he hastens preparations for the valorization. Which means that Alice is safe until the Demon's Gate invocation begins. Precisely. While we do not have much time, we are not too late. Dawai has made Kauai Tower. Kauai Tower. His fortress. Anybody new watching, I know that's probably not how you pronounce that word. I just quite like the idea of it being a cute tower because he's supposed to be the ultimate evil. Spoiler alert, he's not, but he's supposed to be the ultimate evil, and the idea of him having a little cute tower called the Kauai Tower entertains me. But since there's no way we can break through the front, Master Zhuzhen, you are the most familiar with this, correct? Why don't we collaborate? So everything's just part of the plan, huh? I can't believe you. We may as well be your damn puppets. Dancing on the strings. Ugh. You shouldn't say that to the Lieutenant Colonel. The Lieutenant Colonel was at the Temple Ruins the whole time, praying for your safety, waiting with the unit. She waited and waited, believing you'd come back. Enough, Kato. The fact is, I did use you. I truly apologize for that. If you won't call me your friend, will you at least call me your ally? Let me put this bluntly. Let me put this in a blunt, and we can smoke all our woes away. Yuri, I want to join in arms with you. and walk down the street as a happy couple. I aim to make Shanghai a staging base for the army, but it can't be done with Dawai at large. Dawai is your enemy as well. Joining forces to stop him is the most logical strategy. Why do you want us to cooperate? It should be easy for your famous army. Why not wipe everything out with your military might? That's not it at all. Certainly there are many who'd like to do just that, but I am not one of them. An invasion of Shanghai once begun cannot be easily stopped. A huge number of people will be involved in the battle, and a lot of them will die. The best course of action is to fell the ringleader before the winds of war kindle an inferno. Oh, that'd be awfully convenient for you, wouldn't it? I'd sooner take the wise side than do anything to abet Japan's designs on Shanghai. Master Rushbe. I'm tired of being used by people just because it's convenient for them. If the Japanese army wants to invade Shanghai, so be it. After I've finished Hawaii, I'll fight them. Every single fucking one. You bring the entire army, I'll fucking take every single one of them. Now, Kawashima, I may not be as smart as you, but I know what's important in life. And what's important in my life is Alice. Are you saying a joint effort is impossible? Look, I have two goals right now. I have to save Alice and I have to stop the valorization. Don't underestimate Dewey. If you leave here on your own, all that awaits you are his traps. Oh yeah? He's gonna shut his fucking trap when I get there. I don't care if it's a trap. I promised myself I'd protect Alice at all costs. You're a fool. People like you, people who pan out every little detail of their lives, you could never understand me. I'm a hero. I'm rude. I'm a rude hero. I thank you for saving us. Goodbye. 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 Wipe a tear, you little bitch, from your eye. If other demons get invocation actually takes place, there'll be no point in debating about Japan. For the world will be done and dusted. I was going to say doomed, then I thought done. So it became doom. Can we just let them go? Go. Everything will be fine. Illogical people can just be difficult. Kato, is Sukitani still away? Yes, ma'am. He said he's right away. I'll go check on him. Oh, and Kato, give them the Yawang gate key. Give them Yawang. Kato, just give them Yawang. They require it more than you. Just lop it off and pass it over. I suppose worked so hard to get such an important. Just do it. We can't let Shanghai become a pile of ashes. Even if they don't want his wang. If they don't want his wang, he has to give it to them anyway. That's the deal that's being made. He must give his wang for the general, just a general sense of satisfaction to the enemy. He must give them his wang. Just do it. Just do it. We can't let Shanghai become a pile of ashes, even if we can't cooperate with them. I suppose, yeah, he doesn't have to lop it off to give it to them. I suppose he could individually and sensually give it to them in a different fashion. We can gather our troops and prepare to invade Kuwait Tower. Understood? Understood. Please wait here to give it. Wait, Sonny boy, you can't go by yourself. That's alright. You can't very well live behind your guide through hell, you know. I know that. Off we pop. I suppose actually it would be sensible. Okay, fair enough. I don't fancy going in. Fine. Why not you fucking Berlin? Well, I think I've got a bit of a backup plan. Because I think there's a save point. Oh, actually, I'll tell a lie. Tell you what I couldn't do. Tell you what I can do. I can probably leave. Unless it takes over, in which case I'm scuppered. But I believe... There we go. So... Not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be going, but what I really would rather like is a cheeky little save. That's the way. We like it. I don't think the temple... I don't think the temple ruins is going to be much use. It may be useful for training if entirely needed, but I don't necessarily know that I'll require training my units all that much. Dum 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 diddle dum. All right, I've hidden it well. Oh, what, pray tell, has he hidden? At some point we might find out. Enter. Oh, I think he gets shot. Spoiler. I can't help it. My brain just remembered that one key thing that's about to happen. So I thought, fuck it. It spurted out, so what's wrong with you? Have you gone mad?
I'd like to ask you the same question, Lieutenant Suktani.
Major Kutsugi!
I ordered Karishima's whereabouts reported the moment you located her. You tried to trick my spies.
No, heavens no. I haven't found Lieutenant Karishima yet.
Enough lies. I'm assuming Shanghai Command. This is a direct order from the Imperial capital. You were with Karishima in Wuhan, weren't you? Tokyo may charge her with treason. You're a good soldier. Tell me where she is. I will not ask again.
No, I know nothing of it. And the Lieutenant Colonel had no plans for any treason.
She failed to report many key details and moved ahead without approval from the capital. That doesn't sound like treason to you. In any case, the truth will be revealed soon enough, as my soldiers turn the city inside out. Farewell.
Oh, they gave me a solid rumble and a bang bang. And that's all you can really ask in life, isn't it? Give me a solid rumble and a good bang bang and I'm happy.
Oh, Yuri, good to see you again.
How did it go? Did you retrieve the white tiger? Well, it went something a little like this. If you want to know how I did it, watch last week's stream. I did, but we must be thankful that everybody made it back safely. So, tell us, Jen, how have things been here in Shanghai? I sense a disquieting air about the town. Indeed, the Japanese army is preparing for something. The number of troops has increased. Hey, how do we get inside Kauai Tower? If you know, you gotta tell me. He doesn't. That's not a law. 15 years ago, the Wai destroyed every entrance to the tower, but one Yawang Gate. I'm never going to be able to take Yawang seriously. The door is sturdy and locked tight. You cannot get through Yawang. It's locked. You can do something about it, right, Yujan? If all it takes is an unlocking spell, that's a simple enough order. Yawang Gate, eh? Thanks, Mr. Zhen. I'm going to take Yawang. Oh, we can actually have some moxibustion or some acupuncture. Oh, yes. Doing these bits in the tent behind. Good luck, Yuri. So, let's see what sort of moxibustion we can do. We do have a steel claw, so yeah, go on, let's go all out attack strength for Yuri. Let's do it, Yuri. You know, you dirty old man. Let's also check if we can do anything with her Nambu pistol. Yes, we can. We can do an even increase. What a nuisance. Alrighty, everything's done. She's just sort of tired of the idea. She doesn't enjoy it. Oh, I have basically spent all of my cash. I'm pretty much fine with that. Fairly certain this doesn't do an official game over, so I think we'll be fine having another crack at this. Yeah, go for it. It'll cost you 300. That's fine by me. I do have 600, which is kind of lucky. Yuri, of course. He is the supreme man. He's the only one who can win. He will win it all. Actually, he might not, because I know we lost last time. But last time I wasn't level 20, and I didn't have a bonus attack. Sure, you bastard. Still not that good at it, although I didn't need to be, because first strike is the deepest. Baby, oh, he's doing 0 damage, so we really don't have to worry. That's satisfying indeed. Even with a strike, you do 0 damage, because guess what? Even doing a crit multiplier, 0 times anything is fucking 0. So you stand no chance against me. You are the scrub lords of the century. I'm going to have to get a little bit more used to his slightly thinner ring as well, as it were. But it's not too bad because I don't know. I don't exactly learn these things all that much, so it's hardly going to be a humongous challenge, I don't think. Wow, amazing. Will you challenge number 2? Yeah, sure, bring it on. No times no is no. No times 1 is no. No times 2 is no. Kappa demons. Well, guess what? I'm going to shove a Kappa in your ass. And that way we can kill them all. Beat them. Ah, good. 2 strikes, they're dead. It would be very handy. Very handy if you do 0 damage as well. Oh, 1 damage. I'll live with 1 damage. Fine with 1 damage being a thing. I prefer 0, obviously, but 1 is good enough as an alternative. Unfortunately, I didn't get a reference there, no. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at getting references. I think that's been well established. I usually miss Mr. Caliber's more the reference man. He tends to spot them far more often than I do. Sometimes if you tell me explicitly, I'll at least be able to go, oh, I see, yes, I do know that. But unfortunately, just out of context, my brain rarely, if ever, tends to actually go, oh yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, I know what you mean. Ding, 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 fries are perfect. Ding, 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 fries are perfect. That's what we like to hear. That's right. I'm biddle-iddling. Nobody really wants to biddle-iddly. I want to biddle-iddly. At least, though, you hardly even makes training. Challenge trial number 3, yeah, we'll give it a go. Hopefully, if we're going along a pattern, the enemies will only be able to do sort of 2 damage to me. But these are the cat demons, so... Oh, that was close. That was very close. Oh, well, 1 shot, 1 kill, so that's handy. Oh, and I get a second turn immediately, which is even more helpful. I don't think this will be 1 shot. It was. Awesome. Well, they were a piece of piss, weren't they? Right. That has dealt with that nicely. So, is there another round? I don't know how many rounds of this sort of fighting pit there is. I think there is 2 fighting pits in the overall game, so there is a second one later on. Can't remember exactly what that one's like, but I'm fairly certain there is a second one. Ogre Flame. Now, that's an enemy. I've seen the model for it. Oh, 1 shot again. Marvellous. I've seen the model for the enemy, but not, I don't think, the actual Ogre Flame. Oh, a strike of 0, so once again, we...
Are you getting the impression I might be a little bit overpowered for this tournament?
Oh, no.
Tell a lie, he did 6 damage.
So, don't get cocky, kid. You may find yourself losing, which is inconvenient, to say the least. I mean, the biggest annoyance is it's 4-on-1, which means... Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say the biggest annoyance is it's 4-on-1, which means my turn takes quite a long time to get round. So the game just went, no, it doesn't. Fuck you. Fuck you. We're not going to work by your rules. We're going to play by our own rules. We'll never play by your rules. Oh, yeah, shite. But theoretically, 1 shot, 1 kill, so I didn't need that third one. It's just unfortunate my eye doesn't seem quite in on the Judgment Ring, and it wasn't last week, and it's not this week either, which is slightly alarming because it's kind of like I was better at it when I hadn't played it in years. Now suddenly I'm playing it regularly and I'm getting worse. It's slightly alarming. Trial number 5. With a bit of luck, trial number 5 might be the final trial. It's probably going to be 5 or 10. Oh, that's straight up Lily the Boss, I believe. Oh, no, it is straight up Lily the Boss. Okay, well, that's alarming. Didn't necessarily want to face off against Lily the Boss. Well, she didn't go down in 1. Oh, paralysis, my nemesis. We're alright though, but 48 damage is definitely a tasty amount of damage that I don't really need. I suppose that technically, again, I'm fairly certain Lily was darkness, so I could possibly flare up into Heaven's Guardian, or Heaven's Fiend, I think it is actually. But I feel like Yuri's punches should eventually get the job done. Hate Storm, would be a problematic situation. Falling into the ground is never... Oh, actually, no, 22 damage. Fuck that. That's not a problematic situation at all. You're going to have to potentially consider healing after this if this is not the thing. Okay, her regular attack damage isn't too bad. It's that paralysis I'm going to have to watch out for, because that was a fairly chunky piece of change. Of course, if you kill her now, Yuri. Good lad. But yeah, there you go. That boss was a lot easier this time round. And I did it solo. I just soloed the boss, which in any other game would probably sound impressive. So I'll take that. Amazing. Challenge number 6. Well, we'll give it a go. I'll keep going. I mean, I don't know. Eventually I'm going to come a cropper, but I don't know precisely when. I think the easiest way might be to go Heaven's Fiend and use Heaven's Fiend's heal, because it saves my items primarily, is what I'm thinking there. Although I don't know when I'll be able to get back into the inn, so I won't necessarily be able to just spend money to heal myself up. So I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but we're too far into the idea to stop now, really. What's done is done. He's just healed himself 153 damage. Hopefully Breath of Fire is not going to do too much damage to me. I think Heaven's Fiend is based on higher special defense, so 11 damage, I definitely think we can live through 11 damage. Didn't really take any risks on that one, just get it over and done with, really. Heaven's Fiend is slightly disturbing, isn't it? Because it's very slug-like, isn't it? Very slug-like, and that whole sort of waggle of tail in their face, it's disturbing as fuck. And truth be told, the fundamental design of these creatures that I fuse into, they don't change. They just get bigger and probably grosser, in fairness, in terms of Heaven's Fiend. Aha, I was mentioning earlier the flagging animation. We have officially got the flagging animation. We've officially killed it. Fairly old show, Jethro on the Beverly Hillbillies. Yeehaw! Or, nah, Hillbillies isn't really yeehaw, is it? It's more, well, you dear. That's, I don't think that's Hillbillies either, is it? That's people with no brain. Challenge number 7. Fuck it, we're in for a penny, in for a inevitable loss eventually, but oh Jesus, it's fucking Yamaraja of the Wind, I think it was. Can't remember. Oh, there you go. Yes, it was Yamaraja of the Wind. Although I don't. Weirdly, this creature wasn't wind element, was it? Which is just like, oh, what the hell are you thinking? I think it was actually earth element. Not that that makes any real significant difference to me, because I don't have wind or earth. Oh, here we go. Okay. Eventually I'm going to have to stop. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. That's 6 times, baby. That's 6 times. And slightly suggestive in the middle. Slightly creepily suggestive in the middle there. I love the fact that that's a thing. Yeehaw! That's cowboys. Yeehaw! That's hillbillies. Just one different letter. You go a yee with a cowboy, and you go a he with the hillbilly. Oh, please don't hit me more. Hey, it's disturbed. Oh, okay, we've got some hand glitching, stretchy arm. I don't think that's a glitch. I think that is their chosen animation. But yes, in fact it is. You can see it is deliberate. What the fuck is that thing? It's the Yamaraja Wind. We have fought it before. And I believe the statement, what the fuck is that thing, was asked previously as well. Okay, so once again I'm feeling like I need to Heaven's Fiend it again. If I Heaven's Fiend into a heal, that should tide me over for the whole rest of the battle, hopefully. These are getting a lot tougher. I can't deny that. Sacred Remedy, that's what we're after. Ding and ding. I couldn't risk it. I needed the health too much on that occasion. Heal, you please. Technically that would heal the entire party for those interested, but obviously I don't have an entire party, so it can't heal the entire party. Waggle waggle tail. But yeah, what they've done is, rather than... they've stretched the texture, which is probably... I mean, it's probably to a certain extent of its time a nice little shortcut method to do a fucking strange stretchy arm. But I feel like nowadays they might consider figuring out something a bit better with the texture rather than just having the texture stretch. Because it does sort of... it does, by a modern standard, scream sort of like, no, it's the graphics are going horribly wrong, it's stretching all over the place in a nasty and horrible fashion. Okay, so I've got, fun fact, that was close. Fun fact, I've got 17 turns to win this fight, which could be problematic if it doesn't die soon, please. It looks like you turned into one of the grub people from Dark Souls 3 with wings. Yeah, it is very sort of grubby, sluggy. Heaven's Fiend is one of the nastier looking fusions. Come on, Yamaraja, die for me. Die in my arms tonight. Quite pleased at the miss there, especially if you hadn't noticed, one crucial thing with this game is the damage from the combo attack cascades downwards. So you'll see here 37 on the first, 14 and 16 on the second. So if you wind up sort of, you can hit the Judgment Ring and still miss your attack if you've not noticed that either. But one of the more annoying ones is when you miss your first hit, because that's your real damage dealer. But it's quite nice when they miss their first hit, because again, on the flip, it's their primary damage dealer. So it is, you know, you're so close to a perfect. I wish I could perfect myself. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Flagging pose. I was explaining earlier that I really do quite like the fact that they went into the effort of having that as an available thing. So whenever you get it below a certain threshold, you wind up with it in its sort of flagging pose, or flagging idle stance. You can see here it's sort of swaying from side to side, and that lets you know you're getting somewhere. You know, it's a bit like I've been playing Octopath Traveler recently, and that's quite good in the fact that when you've sort of got the enemy down about midway, their name tag goes yellow, and when you get them down to sort of imminent death, their name tag goes red, and that's quite a nice system as well. But I do quite like the sort of flagging pose. I feel more flagging idle stance. I keep calling it a pose. It's not a pose, because a pose is mostly static, I think, really. Come on, die, please. But yes, when there's a visual cue to tell you you're doing well, I think it's beneficial and quite nice. Unfortunately, do I risk? No, I don't really think I want to. My heal can only do about sort of half. Pow pow. It's like the body damage demons have in Doom Eternal. Yes, I suppose it is. Can't deny, to a certain extent. I suppose, yeah, when you sort of... Do you mean like graphically body damage, or do you mean when you actually do the sort of ping the turrets off and sort of ping the weapons off? Because I'd suggest they were two slightly different systems. But yes, if they do actually, I can't recall because I've not played Doom in a little while, but if they do actually take sort of fairly chunky damage, in fact I think they do, don't they? Because you do blow chunks off of them as well, not just the sort of pinging the body parts to sort of remove them from, you know, remove their guns, etc. Challenge number 8. Regular wear and tear. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, so we've got a little gremlin dude. The P wind shear. What does the P stand for? I suppose inevitably someone here, and I'll do it first. Someone's going to say penis. So let's go for that. Right, tiny ring. Tiny ring. Stands for penguins. Fair enough. Penguins wind shear. The wind shear of penguins. Oh, dang it all. Must you do quite a substantial amount of damage? Okay, at this point, I'm going to start using items. I could still flare into my sacred friend, my Heaven's Fiend, but I kind of want to maybe save my fusion and therefore my MP for possibly the next couple of fights, because I'm thinking it's going to be, I think it's going to be 10, but I'm not convinced I'm going to make it past this one. They've ramped up just that little bit too much for me to be able to sort of win. Oh well, the whole silence thing kind of makes items entirely required, so the idea of fusing is now sort of no longer applicable. Tiny ring. I don't mind the tiny ring. It's the fact that that does 71 damage. That's extremely awkward, because tiny ring you can live with. I mean, in fairness, most of the Judgment Ring ailments you can sort of just live with and bypass, but the damage the tiny ring attack is doing is quite disturbing, because it is sort of in the high 70s. Game, can you do me a favour? Can you go back to that time where you were doing sort of 0 damage and 1 damage? Because I liked those times. Okay, we've beaten the Penguins' wind shear. God's honest truth, I don't think I can make it to the next one, but I have just leveled up, which means my stats are going to have increased, which, plus I suppose every now and again it's like, no, there is a challenge number 9. Arrgh. So one would loosely assume there's 10. Okay, that's a big boss character again. You seem to just now be, you know, flowing into boss territory constantly. So I did note earlier as well that I found out the elemental relationships, and so there is no disadvantage to doing fire on Earth. There is no disadvantage on doing fire on anything, because the only thing you get is advantages, I think. Fire against water. Oh, perfect. Nice. Especially with Fighting Spirit, that's going to do a nice chunk of change. See that? 116 damage. Large Whirlpool. I'd prefer you to have a small Whirlpool. Sinking through the floor again. Miss! Bloody marvellous. I wonder if Large Whirlpool was an insta-death move. Oh, look at Inferno just kicked the shit out of that guy. Hey, note to self, why haven't you just been using Inferno all this time? I didn't think it was going to be that potent. I mean, I know I said I leveled up, but fuck me, I just wrecked the shit out of that guy. Sure, bring on trial number 10. We might as well have a go. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. I don't honestly know if I think I'm hard enough. I might need a little bit of time to get harder. So we're going to use the Inferno trick again, because Inferno and the rest, I can't remember what the remainder of the tree is called after that, but nonetheless, Inferno I think is probably the best fusion, bar the ultra special ones. In terms of the basic element fusions, yeah, I mean, this isn't even a Penguin's wind shear, these are just normal wind shears. So I don't, yeah, there you go, one shot, one kill. They're not going to put up much of a fight at all. In fact, I probably needn't have actually flared into Inferno. Which is interesting, because that makes me think 10 rounds, not the total number of rounds after all, which is arg, unless they just go, have an easy one. Have an easy one on us. Or it's all just random. I'll give you a reward worth 10 winnings. I've received 5,000 in cash. Wow, what an impressive string of victories. It's as if we're watching you-know-who. Who's you know who anyway? Colonel Hyuga. He used to rough it up in pit fights too. That proves blood is thicker than water. He's got that same quality of excellence. Oh, I remember. Oh, what did we decide her name was pronounced? Chua or something, wasn't it? Or Quiwa? I think they did actually say it out loud, but fuck knows. It's been so long since that happened. I can't remember what they made it, but still. Oh, I thought you know it was Voldemort. No, Ben Hugo. Bring that thing to me. Bring me my thing, my dear. That, you mean that? You want that thing? Yeah, that's right, that. Just a moment. Just a moment, I'm getting you your thing, grandfather or uncle or whatever the fuck he is. I think he's her father, isn't he? It was a very rare antique item of his, and he kept it well hidden. Well then, shall I tell you about that day? The morning we went to Kauai Tower? Well, now this is interesting. This feels like I had to win this fight. This fight pit, which is... Oh, unless this is just, you know, bonus. Well, queer. I'll be back soon. Don't look like that. I'll be back as soon I say. Oh, but she don't want you to let her leave.
Everyone be careful, okay? Colonel Hager, Master Shushan, Father, please.
I keep calling it Kauai Tower. I know that's not how it would be pronounced there. I do understand. I don't know how it would be pronounced. I just know it would not be pronounced Kauai, because as you've put there, I think that is the spelling of Kauai, isn't it? The sort of as in cute. But I quite like it because it's Dewey's Tower. And so he's like supposed to be this pinnacle of evil. And so I just quite like the idea that he is, I am the pinnacle of evil. And I live in Kauai Tower. So, as I say, it makes me chuckle, so I keep calling it Kauai Tower. You can count on it. Don't worry about a thing, and you'll be a good girl now.
Yes.
Queer. Take this. It's a charm my beloved wife gave to me. Hold on to it till I return.
It's a lovely cross.
I'll take... She's a small girl, but she sounds like this. I'll take good care of it.
I'll take good care of it.
Do so. Is that all right, to give her such a treasured item? It's fine. Looking at this child reminds me of my son, because my son looks like a fucking girl. I need to toughen him up. I need to slap him round a bit. That is not how you raise children, ladies and gentlemen. Not how you raise children. I never gave him anything. Everything's going to be fine, Hyuga. Let's get this business taken care of so you can go home. Kill the Y, foil the Demon's Gate invocation, and you're there in no time at all. But Yu Zhen, did we buy enough tin foil for this? You have to make sure. Do we have enough tin foil to cover the entire Demon's Gate? You're right, Yu Zhen. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Farewell.
All the children run strange in this game. All the children run strange. Well, it depends on how big the Demon's Gate is. And I genuinely can't remember. And my father went into the tower and never came out. Yuri, the Colonel never forgot about you for a moment. He loved you and his wife with all his soul. Kriya?
I took hold of this that day. Your mother gave it to Colonel Hugo as a good luck charm. Now it's your turn to hold on to it.
It's a small, beautiful silver cross. You received Anne's cross. Anne's cross? More like Anne's fucking fuming. She's dead. Thank you. I never thought I would find a memento for my mother here. God damn. That was a pretty epic scene. That was awesome. Okay. Cool beans. I've got a nasty feeling if we leave here, I'm going to be attacked by something, but still, I've got a feeling, yeah, Anne's cross is... Oh, successful ring restores wearer's SP when berserk. Interesting. I think this is why, interesting enough, think he might wear that in the second game. I don't know for certain, but nonetheless, the Silver Cross main character. I so wish. I just like. Could they not have left that as the same variable as everything else? I don't understand why that would have been troublesome. Why they couldn't have gone, because there must be somewhere in the code, there must be a variable called main character's name. Not necessarily the exact phrasing there, but nonetheless it must equate to main character's name equals whatever you input at the beginning. Now I left it as Yuri. You could make it anything you like. You could call him Fuckface if you so chose. The reason I say Fuckface is of course because of Fallout. If you choose Fuckface as your name in Fallout, can't remember which one it is, Fallout 4 I think it is, the Robo Butler will in fact call you, hello Fuckface. At least I think so. There was a plentiful supply and I'm fairly certain Fuckface was one of them. Quite amusing. Anyway, but yeah, wherever that variable is stored, you'd think they could tag that not only in the dialogue, but tag it into the items. But I don't know. The Silver Cross, main character's mother Anne always used to wear. It's filled with love for her family. Restores the wearer from berserk if successful on the ring. Shouldn't have made me laugh, but it did. It did. Oh, Coral Lariat and Jade Lariat. Have we actually... No, I don't think we've seen these. A lariat necklace set with jade and pearls. Favourite item of undefeated gambler Bronco Billy. Widens the success area of the Judgment Ring. Coral Lariat. A lariat necklace made of coral beads strung on sea snake hide. A sacred object of the ocean tribes. It slows the sweep of the indicator on the Judgment Ring. I almost never use them. Almost never use those. So I think what we want to do is put the flare brooch back and put my boy Xu Zhen back with the pedometer. Because, I mean, I know I'm going to regret this saying this. I know it for a fact. What are the odds? What are the odds that I'll run into an instant death character again? Fuck you, world, if you make it immediate. What the? This place is crawling with Japanese soldiers. Fucking forced stealth section. Incoming. Actually, I don't think it is. I think you can just go, howdy. Howdy, fuckface. I'm gonna twat you in your fuckface now because you're a piece of piss. So, I mean, technically, you could probably avoid them, but I mean, shooting them is just as quick, frankly, although not if you keep missing the Judgment Ring. Fuck's sake. Luckily, we've got our old man friend who probably finished the job. Good man. But if I had hit with Marguerite's final segment of the Judgment Ring, we could have been done slightly earlier. Not convinced humans give you any soul energy. I'll have to... Oh, no, okay, fair dues. You don't just get rid of them. You do sort of find... By the way, we established previously that that man can't pronounce anyone's name. Probably mostly because I made a mistake. I can't remember exactly why, but I just remember he's unable to pronounce anybody's name. What's going on? Is this the start of the Japanese invasion? It's terrible, just terrible. It's terrible. That sounds like Final Fantasy X. It's incredible. The strange creatures that sort of have the taxi beasts across the ocean or whatever the fuck they were. Oh no, no responsibles. You're a grown man. Get a hold of yourself, but not in public. You'll be arrested. What is it? What happened? Yeah, well, the shoe puffs. That's the fellas. Yes. Please say alright. Oh, yeah, yes, the shoe puff. Yes, you're quite right. The shoe puffs were the animal taxi things. It's the creatures, right? They're the one who sort of like, ride the shoe puff. Do you want to ride the shoe puff? They had this weird thing where if they said anything with like ibble in it, they would go ibble. So if it was incredible. Oh, now I know it gets a bad rap. At least a little bit of a bad rap, but Final Fantasy X, if you like turn-based RPGs, the system, the gameplay system in Final Fantasy X is solid as you like, and therefore well worth playing. The less said about Tidus, the better. Now, I think I've discussed this before. I feel, despite the reality, I'm doing a little bit of a Malus Caliber here, a little bit of a Malus Caliber. Despite the fact that it's actually pronounced Tidus, according to Square Enix, I pronounce it Tidus for reasons that, you know, Tide, because he's very water themed. He has that water sword, he swims around with Blitzball, so Tide makes more sense as the sort of primary. Tidus just sounds better. Tidus, to me, sounds a little bit more like the word tedious, and frankly, he is. Therefore, it's a little bit too close to home. He'll come. He's come explosively all over the place. Who did this to you, Lieutenant? Who was it? You play a game badly and then get salty about it. Oh, what game could you be talking about? Are you referring to Dark Souls? Major, he's after the lieutenant. Oh, hang on, sorry. This is Sukitani speaking. Good Sugi, Major, good Sugi. He's after the lieutenant colonel. Listen carefully, Sergeant. I hid it, the precious item. I hid it in the boat. Tell that to them. Tell them, yes, Bertie, right, understood. That's a bit harsh. Usually he does a decent enough job with these games. Although you can tell it is quite interesting, isn't it? Seeing how much more enjoyment and how much more sort of proficiency you could see in him playing Castle in the Darkness. Because, you know, that is just so far up his alley, it's popping out of his mouth. And, you know, you could just tell immediately how much more he was loving that one than anything else, I think. But still, please don't say another word, Lieutenant. I'll send the medic over right away. The man took 2 shots. We heard I got a rumble and 2 bangs. We established that earlier on. I don't think he's surviving this. Forget it, Sergeant. Forget about me. Protect her. There's no time. Go. Leave. Walk out the door. You're not bonehead anymore. Leave it to you. Fuck, I'm dead. I get it. So these people are after Karashima too. But what in the world is this precious item that Lieutenant Sukitani wants us to have? It's Yawang! He says he hid it on board his ship. Yes, please, go get it right away. I must return to the Lieutenant Colonel. I don't think it's 3D action games per se. I think it is just Dark Souls is... I mean, frankly, I can't disagree with Malice. I find Dark Souls to be a tiresome pain in the arse. Beyond comparison, frankly. I keep trying it because I keep wanting to actually get somewhere, but every time it's just like, okay, there's half my health bar gone because of just you decided in the new game, you know, and just trying to bypass the irritation factor of that game. I just can't can't bring myself to do it. But other, you know, for me, like other 3D action games, I find really quite entertaining and decent. Like, I really enjoyed Astral Chain. Now, that one was really quite difficult. But there was a sense of satisfaction because when you did it correctly, and I suppose arguably with Dark Souls, if you do it correctly, you'll be alright. But then again, with Dark Souls, as Malice has discussed, you know, he's gone into more depth than me. I just look at it and go, you're bullshitting me. Whereas he's assessed that it's hitboxes, etc., and delays and stuff. But I find like Astral Chain, when you do that sort of perfect, it's really satisfying. But I find even if you do Dark Souls perfect, it just doesn't feel... It doesn't have a sense of satisfaction for me. I don't know precisely why it doesn't. Because it's a bit like when Malice defeated the big spider, lava spider. He had that, what, 30 seconds to a minute's worth of satisfaction? For me, I don't even get that when I beat a Dark Souls boss. It's kind of like, nope, fuck that. It's punishing, yes, but not in a sort of pleasant or fun way, just in a sort of, I'm shitting you up now. I'm shitting you up and there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't know. I think, I find with Dark Souls, when they hit you like a truck, it's just like, fuck off. Because I just feel like you should stand... I don't know. For me, I like to be able to take a few more hits than Dark Souls provides. And I don't know, maybe that's because I'm shit at these things, so I need that leeway. But the problem is when they have all of even the sort of the lower enemies being that punishing, it grows tiresome to have to. And then of course the respawn, it's kind of a mixture of everything about the game. Essentially everything that makes Dark Souls irritates me. So that's why I don't get on with Dark Souls. I tell you what, I was tempted to clip it, but I didn't in the end. It was interesting watching. Guess what? I've mentioned him several times. Every fucking week I think I've mentioned him. Robotron, the Australian comedian John Robertson. He's been doing a lot of Twitch, and he was asked the question. Someone sort of did a humble question brag that was like, okay, in this lockdown I've been like doing a Dark Souls each month. What do you like Dark Souls? And he was sort of like, no, I can't get into Dark Souls. Me, I like to use the sword. I go in, I push the sword in the man, and the man dies. And you know, so he kind of summed it up quite nicely. Exactly the way I sort of find my play style of games does not resonate with Dark Souls, unfortunately, because it does sort of grow this sort of, again, with the sort of having to be meticulous with Dark Souls is not my sort of way of doing things, because every single enemy you have to be meticulous, which kind of slows you down if you're trying to get somewhere. Now I know you can skip some of the enemies, but sometimes when the game designers have consciously gone, that enemy is on a small staircase, that's a lot more difficult to sort of go and sort of get around that fact. And well, that's the thing, when things go wrong in a punishing game, it sucks because you've made the mistake and the game is punishing you for it, whereas a difficult game is normally quite forgiving when it comes to making mistakes. Yes, I would suggest that is the issue I have with Dark Souls, because it's like my track record is forever pushing the wrong button. Now you push the wrong button in Dark Souls, you lose half your health bar, and that feels like, okay, come on. I mean, for fuck's sake, you know, I shouldn't be losing half a health bar just because I happen to push X instead of A. Fuck you. But then again, you know, all of the arguments I have about disliking the game is based on me, so I can't necessarily criticise the game that much, but I still can't get on with it either. So, you know, we'll head back to the inn. Till then, stay put. Yes. So I think we can go to the inn if we want to, which I'm hoping. No, okay, no, we need to get to the harbour first. Fair enough. Am I allowed to exit the town? Oh no! In fact, what I'm, you know. Oh, I mean, undoubtedly, a lot of people do that. A lot of people forgive the designers far too readily. Because, I mean, yeah, it's meant to be difficult, but sometimes, you know, you've pointed out that they haven't really improved it that much over the course of the time either. Oh, you do get some. You get some earth souls from the guards, which is fair enough. Oh, no, maybe I can leave town? I can leave town. Oh, how very helpful. The reason I wanted to leave town was because I wanted an extra save point. And you can save on the map, as is being displayed quite readily here. It's, I'm not doing anything unusual that, I'm not breaking the game. You can save on the world map. It is that simple. Right, so, I mean, I can avoid these guards to a certain extent. I don't know. I mean, I did sort of accidentally avoid that one. I'm not that... I do... So, okay, I think if you run in front of them and they touch you, they engage you in combat. If you sort of essentially do talking to them. Oh, that was awful. That's because I was about to ask the question. Have you had a crack at Sekiro? Because I know Sleeve said that was quite a good one, but that one I keep. It's another one where I keep wanting it. But then I realise I'm not quick enough. I'm not quick enough and smart enough, I suppose, to a certain extent. I don't know. It's more reaction speed. Now, I was going to say I didn't think that was. Plus, I feel like the one you're doing is the sort of the chef version of the game, because I think, isn't it? I think there's a T in there somewhere. Now, I'm not criticising the spelling. I'm not that bothered. I know the game you mean. At least I think I do. But the way you've written it there just immediately made me think that's ghosts preparing sushi. Which, do you know what? That's a game I'd fucking play. But yes, I think I know the game you mean, and I quite like the sound of that one. I quite like the look of it. Ah, there is an item. I just can't quite... Hey, there it is. You've received the Bee Dragon Horn. Hey. I'm not fussed about the spelling at all. It just amuses me that you've now created a game I really want to play, which is ghosts preparing sushi for people. So that is wonderful. Ping, ping, ping. There we go. But yeah, I do look forward to that one. I think I saw that way back when. Sort of, I think that was around. Obviously there wasn't an E3 this year, and I don't know. I can't remember. I'm assuming it was probably last year's E3. I think we saw the beginning trailers of the Ghosts of whatever it is, and that looked like a good one. I don't know how akin to Dark Souls it may end up being. Hopefully at the very least they do what I know this discussion has come up humongously and was like a huge deal, but I kind of hope that Ghosts game. Now, I would like to just be able to play it on normal mode, but I do like a game that features an easy mode where I can just go, yeah, that's cool. Now I can drop it down to easy mode so I can actually do it. As I say, I like to try normal mode, but eventually my lack of skill, tends to come into play and turns around and goes, oh, by the way, fuck you. So I do like it. That's why the best sort of Souls-esque gameplay I've played is without doubt the Star Wars one, the Star Wars Fallen Order, because that one, at the moment I'm perfectly happy going, I'm going to have a go on normal mode, but I like having the safety cushion of I'm going to drop that bad boy down to easy. So if there comes a point where it's like, no, I'm not able to progress further here, I like the safety cushion. And I feel like I do kind of, and as I say, the discussion was there, and I don't think FromSoft should be obliged to put an easy mode in, but I wouldn't necessarily think it would go amiss, because there's a part of me thinking, you're not going to detract anything from hardcore Dark Souls players. And in fact, if they establish the idea of sticking a difficulty system in, then what they can do is go, normal difficulty is your standard Dark Souls experience. Easy difficulty is for the fucking losers who really like the lore but can't fucking play the game. And then they can also go hardcore mode. This is the mode where every single hit fucking kills you. Why didn't you fucking suck on those hairy bollocks? So, you know, I think Fallen Order is fucking good. I was enjoying Fallen Order quite immensely. It's fantastic. So, there is an easy mode in Souls games. Summons. Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point. I received your wang. Man, this is a rugged key. What's it for? Man, your wang is rugged. That's a rugged your wang. Let me see. That's still your wang. Then can we get into Kawaii Tower with your wang? You bet your ass I can get into any tower with my wang. That's right. Alright, back to the inn. Let's go, go, go. I think there might be a save point here. There's also the lottery fella, but... do we have any actual fucking lottery tickets? I believe they're in key items. Key items? Key items. Key items. Valuables. No, I don't think they're in valuables after all. I think they are in key, in here somewhere. I may just plain old not have any lottery tickets. That is a definite possibility. In fact, that is a possibility that's proven correct. Intelligence? Don't know. Doppelganger. I see. You're one of those. Hello. I suppose technically I should probably do something properly and... Can we... there we go. We'll time you out for now. If you pop back, I will outright ban you, but for now we'll just do a timeout. Because, you know, for a second there, for a split second, I quite like the attention of a new name. But unfortunately, turned out the new name was bullshit. Never mind. Hey dude, we're the fugitives. Hi. Hey look, bruv, look, we're the fugitives. We're the fugitives. Hello. Hi. We're the fugitives. Do you not remember what you're supposed to do with us? We're the fugitives. Yes? The fugitives. Ah, now he remembers. You actually have to push the button, which seems peculiar. I think the guys who are walking around actually will engage you, but for that static man, you actually have to literally walk up to him, push the talk button in order for him to realise that he's actually supposed to be beating you up. What a fucking moron. But what's quite clever as well is they don't actually disappear, which is slightly, mildly annoying actually. I genuinely think they should probably disappear once you've defeated them. We'll just double check that I'm correct. Marguerite, leveling up, marvellous. She's a little far behind the other two because I trained the other two a touch before Wagui, and then we kicked the shit out of Wagui. So yeah, unfortunately, so here I think if I stand in his way, nope, they do not engage in combat. Fair enough. If you talk to them, they will try and fuck you up. But anything else, they are entirely nonplussed. Discount, please. Ooh, that was dangerously early. I'm not going to bother looking at any other items. If I want to use money, I think the best bet is going to be to upgrade my weapons, do the old Moxibustion, etc. That will allow me to upgrade the items. Pow! Fairly certain that's John Richardson's cum noise. Pow! That's a reference to John Richardson's own statements on his stand-up routines. I think probably Old Man? Maybe? Might be wrong. Might be getting the wrong name, but I think it's his stand-up routine, sort of stand-up gig called Old Man, where he says, you know, he starts discussing his cum noise. Which, I mean, how he gets onto that subject, he didn't really guess, but, you know. No, it's pedometer service, because I always get it the wrong way round. Okay, now, flash badge. That's a badge that allows you the privilege of flashing people. Moon Swallow. I don't know what the Moon Swallow is. Kind of wish I knew what the Moon Swallow was, because I kind of want the Moon Swallow to find out what the Moon Swallow is. However, I don't necessarily want to spend 3,500 steps on it. But I suppose ultimately, eventually I'm going to end up with plentiful steps, as long as I keep the pedometer on me. So, we now have the Moon Swallow. Unfortunately, at this exact moment, I don't know what the Moon Swallow is. Nope. Okay, let's try and find the Moon Swallow. Moon Swallow? Ah, Moon Swallow. Okay. I mean, it's not terrible, I suppose. A magic tool in the image of the mythical bird, the Moon Swallow, has the power to make all of the attacks of all allies critical hits. Now, that sounds really quite good. However, it's one of those items. It's one of those items where I'll think, I won't use it now. It'll be good later. And then later will come, and I'll forget. So that's a lovely little spoiler for you. Hey, the moon is made of cheese. I will swallow all of that cheese. Ugh. Oh, moons. I'm assuming you're talking about a game to do with a moon, but I'm not sure which game, because I suppose there's plentiful games that would have a moon. There's even a fella called Monkey Moon? No, Banky Moon. Not entirely sure who Banky Moon was. I just know there was a man called Banky Moon. I was going to say, if there are iframes, you use them. You use those iframes. I'm technically going to my room, which is strictly speaking wrong, but I thought I'd check just in case there was a secret man in the room. There shouldn't be, but you never know your luck. You never know what's in a thing. Oh, the Tabari game, yes. No, fair enough. I do know you did mention it earlier.
I expected to find a mannish woman indeed, but you're actually quite beautiful.
Dirty fucker. So you're the new dog Tokyo sent? I had no idea they wanted me so badly. They sent you all the way to Shanghai, just for little old me. Don't think my father will take this lightly.
Watch your mouth. You're speaking to the new ruler of Shanghai. You'd best forget your father.
Oh, you haven't heard the news, eh?
Well, I'll tell you. Your father adopted a new daughter. Someone from the Qing dynasty.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's busy raising her. He doesn't have any time for you now.
What? Well, I'm assuming a line platform is a platform that's a line. I might be wrong. I'll hold my hands up. I don't do many platformers. I don't get on that well with platformers because jumping is something I seem to absolutely fucking suck at. But but nonetheless, I would expect a line platform to be a platform that is just a line.
Your time's up.
Hey, shitface. Looks like your time's up now, bitch.
Who are you?
I'm your worst fucking nightmare, buddy.
Are you one of her underlings? Get him. Nobody stands in my way.
Well, do you know what? I'll fucking sit in your way. I might take a shit in your way as well if I'm feeling that way inclined. Fortunately, at the moment, I'm not. Blimey, that guard took... Oh, I suppose he's not just a simple guard. He's a sergeant. No wonder he was able to take a pasting. Now, in fairness, I frequently misread and mishear things. What was it yesterday? I don't know exactly what the guy was supposed to be saying, but I swear to God he said compose, which is a very odd thing to have. Look, and you thought cum noise was a weird thing to have crop up in a stream. Well, now we have compose. I don't know whether he was supposed to be saying compost or something, but to me it just sounded like compose. And in fairness, I have a track record of hearing things that aren't what they say. You've seen an example in this game. Zhu Zhen, third level of his combo, he just goes asshole, which I always think of as asshole. I tell you, one of the others I found recently, which I absolutely adore and I can't stop saying it now. But in Fire Emblem, the Three Houses, I don't know if you've played that one, but the lead character, certainly the male lead, so the male lead character in Fire Emblem Three Houses, when he dodges a move, the word he's supposed to be saying, I did identify it, the word he's supposed to be saying is predictable. As in, your attack was predictable, so I dodged out of the way. However, the first time I heard it, the only thing I heard, and for a good few occasions afterwards as well, I just heard him get out of the way of the attack and just shout at his opponent, "Dick tickle." And so now, whenever I think of anything as being obvious and predictable, I can't help but think, "Dick tickle." And at some point that's going to backfire, because I'm going to be in like a conversation, a normal conversation, not a conversation such as this, a normal conversation, and someone's going to say something obvious, and I'm going to respond with the phrase, "Of course, dick tickle." And they're going to look at me like I'm fucking insane, and I'm going to have to suddenly go, "Did you not hear me properly? I said predictable." And they're going to think, no, you definitely said dick tickle, my friend. You definitely said dick tickle. But there are a couple. There's one really obvious one, which I kind of think the voice actor was going for. But there was an old sort of turn-based strategy game on the DS, I think it was. It's something like Hogashi or something along those lines, I think. It was quite impressive. It had like a really nice opening cutscene, which was surprisingly high-end graphics. The sort of graphics you'd expect from Square Enix on the DS, not some random company I'd never heard of. But nonetheless, I think it might be Hogashimi, Hogashimi. But I played, back on the DS, I played a lot of random turn-based strategy games, so I can't be certain it's that one. But nonetheless, when the character your sort of lead character died, what he was supposed to say was, "You can't." Now, I think you can guess what I heard when he said that, and it's not just me. I think the voice actor had a little bit too much fun with that, because it was a lot closer to "you cunt." So I definitely think the voice actor sort of got away with just throwing the phrase "you cunt" into the game, but nonetheless, I'm fairly certain what it was supposed to be was "you can't," because as in, you can't possibly kill me. But yes, so there's plentiful occasions where I hear, possibly, I suppose, I hear what I want to hear, maybe? I don't know for certain, but nonetheless, I hear things that aren't necessarily what the game or audio is meant to be saying. Kato, are you alright? Hang in there. I'm fairly certain Kato lives. Oh, there you go, he's just gotten up. You came! But why? Because you're a hot bird. I couldn't help myself. One day, do you know what? One day I am going to see the word "come" and not do the obvious. Every time I hear the word "predictable," I think of someone from a fighting game. I think it's Geese Howard, what a name, going "predictable," or in a Japanese accent, Predictable. Chronicles misheard lyrics in songs. That's another one I do tend to find as well. You never know, there might be a video game one. Consider this our thanks. You'll have to take care of the soldiers outside by yourselves, though. You'll come back for us, all of you! We just stopped by to say hello. You can thank us later. We seem fated to keep meeting. We may be on opposing sides the next time we meet, but do take care. Yuri, you're going, right? To Kauai Tower? Yeah, you know her. She'll sob and cry if I don't rescue her. Be careful, okay? And Yuri, I'll pray for your success. Thanks. Ooh, a grudging respect has formed between the two parties, despite their differences. No, really, I'll be praying. What's praying? I don't know. Where am I?
Are you awake, Alice?
She just said, where am I, you dozy fuckface? I don't know. Do you know what? For some reason, really liking the word fuckface. If that wasn't obvious.
Do I?
Why? Because I said so.
This is my Kauai Tower laboratory. What do you think? Impressive, isn't it? But before we begin the Demon's Gate invocation, I must test your power. Just a little. Yeah.
What do you think you're going to do to me? I'll never ever cooperate. I'll never be part of the co-op.
Ha! We'll see how long that sassy little attitude lasts. You'll soon give up and do whatever I wish. Well then, shall we begin? I hope you enjoy this. Now answer me.
They'll come for me. I know it. I just need to buy some time. Quit it, you dirty old man. This strange machine is so sexy. Please hurt me. Okay, as I think there's about a 10-second or so delay, possibly even more now. But nonetheless, do you know what? I'm going to throw it out to you once again. I probably won't do that later with Gunpoint, but for this bit, I'll throw it out to the audience. Do you want her to be sort of attitude? Quit it, you dirty old man. Seductive. This strange machine is so sexy. Don't know why I've gone slightly German. Your strange machine is very sexy. Or just cowardly. Please don't hurt me, sir. Please. I warn you now, I might end up having to do all three. I don't know. I can't remember how this works. But nonetheless, if in the next few seconds someone wants to say 1, 2, or 3, which is 1 for quit it, you dirty old man, 2 for this machine is so sexy, and 3 for don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, don't hurt me now, do not hurt me, I won't hurt you, I might hurt you now. A little bit unfair. The Germans aren't robots, they're just highly efficient. I'll tell you my favourite thing. My favourite thing of a sketch. We were discussing, we will do 2. Only said 2, we will do 2 in a moment. But one of my favourite sketches of all time is not the 9 o'clock news, where they're building cars. They're building cars, and he shouts up to the other end, and it's like, Bob, you got the torque wrench, Bob? No, Bob's got the torque wrench. Bob, do you have Bob's torque wrench? No, Bob's got it. Bob, do you have the torque wrench? Yeah, I've got the torque wrench. Bob wants it. Give it to Bob. And then they have the name of the car, which I can't remember. And it's then the tagline is hand built by Roberts. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful fucking sketch. Absolutely beautiful. A lot of Not the 9 o'clock news' sketches were absolutely beautiful, and I would highly recommend them. Yeah, the strange machine is so sexy.
You can't trick me. Do you feel like cooperating now?
I'll never.
Okay, here it comes.
What should I do? I'll throw it out again. Do we go irritated?
Do we double down on the sexy?
Or just start begging? I get the impression you might want me to double down on the sex. But I'm going to leave it to you. I'm going to have a swig of my drink here, and you can make a decision. You may have to remind me of Constable Savage. That's the one. Yes, he's slightly racist, isn't he? And he's justifying it in some fashion. I'm going to take the phrase "in for a penny" as meaning in for a penny, in for a pound, we go all in on the sexy.
The scary tower is sexy too. Yeah, I like your tower. It is big and sexy. Don't get cute with me. You're beginning to smell toasty. Though, now say you'll cooperate.
Somebody.
Okay, one more time.
What should I do? Triple down. I think it's time to triple down.
You have a sexy machine. You have a sexy tower. But you yourself, you are the sexiest, you dirty old man.
So yes, I do recognise the Constable Savage sketch. I need to watch them again. I need to get around to watching them. I know I say that practically every fucking week. Every time I remember anything, I think, yes, he's arrested the same man. Yes, that's the one.
Wow, what say you, Alice?
Nothing.
She passed out. The sex machine was too powerful. How sad. I'll have to stop before I put her into a coma. Finally, I begin the Demon's Gate invocation. Bear witness, lowly maggots. We shall soon show you the face of God.
Oh shit, have we auto-travelled to the tower? We fucking have. Holy mother of balls. Excuse the exasperated sigh there. Seems like it's getting hotter and hotter. Fuck me. I feel like I know what a roasted ham feels like. Whoa, check this place out. So this is Kawaii Tower. Just for your pleasure, I will do an audio description for you. I am in fact putting the sort of two-fingered peace sign salute up, and then sort of just lifting it to a slight horizontal nature over the eye, and going, "Oh, Kawaii Tower!" Just so you know, just so you can do that yourself as well. Wearing a loud shirt, yes, that was yes. Yeah, it is a great sketch, that one. Well, it's a whole lot bigger than it was 15 years ago. Lucky you. Just wait, Alice. I'm coming for you. And when I get you back, I'm gonna come all over you. Shouldn't be allowed to exist. You shouldn't. Thin Blue Line is fucking brilliant. And do you know what? You might be able to predict the next words that are coming out of my mouth. Do you know what? I really need to watch the Thin Blue Line again. But yes, I gotta say, like, the Thin Blue Line is an excellent sitcom. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I suppose there is an argument I've heard that says, "Oh, cheeky little tiny snippet of chest. You can barely see it. Barely see that little snippet of chest." I suppose I ought to be glad that there is at least a clue there. Stop fanning about and do it. Perfection. That is the perfect response to what I said there. That was very well done. Excellent job. Don't worry about the spelling. Fortunately, I knew exactly what you were referencing and what you meant. So, excellent job. So, this is your wang. It's pretty fucking huge. I'm sure hordes of monsters will pour out the minute it's opened. Oh, quit it. Even an idiot like I wouldn't use the same tactic again. Well, there's one way to find out. When you use your wang, the gigantic, heavy door slowly opens. Which line would you consider one of the greatest comic lines to be? I'm curious which one you would say. Because I don't think I'd be able to... Oh, there we go. Yes, I do agree. I think the character who said that, if memory serves, is possibly responsible for some of the all-time greatest lines of the entire series. But yes. Look, Fowler, if this goes wrong, it's on my head. Your cock up my eye. I can't help but think he would have probably said arse, but only based on the fact that it's English. But then again, maybe he was trying to be a bit more American, I suppose. So I think this is another Yamaraja. Probably Yamaraja of fire, maybe? I mean, he is red. That's as far as I'm going with the fire reference. I don't know. Which could mean... Can't deny. Oh, Yamaraja of stone. Okay, so he's possibly not. Have we ever actually seen Life Sucker? Not one. I think. Oh yeah, because isn't it the purple dewberries? Oh no, it's the black dewberries. The purple. Oh no, purple dewberries is the whatever it's called. I think we did catch a little bit of that special last time. Has Marguerite gained a new attack? Special attack? I'll have to check. I don't really think she has. Which feels odd, because it feels oddly lacking in special abilities. But I think... Have you ever watched A Touch of Cloth? Because there's a very similar idea to a line in that. Now, I can't... There's a lot of good... One of the best lines, I think, comes from, I think, the third series, where he says, oh god, what is it? Right, okay. So they're in a sort of spa facility that is also sort of a rehab, and so I think the statement is, so this is some kind of rehab centre cum spa, and the guy turns around and says, yes, this is a rehab centre, but we had to shut down the cum spa. Which is absolutely brilliant. But there's a very similar line. So that whole idea of it's, you know, your cock up my ass. There's a very similar line in that, which is sort of like, I think he's talking to Des, and he says to him, if you come, you have to, I think, no, if you come, you have to cover my whole back. And it's a fantastic line. But yes, it's from, Malice Gulliver, you might as well answer the question, have you seen the series A Touch of Cloth? I absolutely adore that fucking series. I tell you what, we might as well... I mean, I can't deny that move seemed quite effective, so let's have a crack at it. Hey! Ooh, that genuinely seemed like a little bit of a danger zone. I'm not getting any errors in the stream. It did suggest something about latency, so there may have been a little bit of lag, but I would expect to a certain extent. No, unfortunately, Grenade, Aqua Edge and Scout. She's not unlocked any new abilities. With a bit of luck, she might level up after this encounter, and then she'll get a new one. But yes, A Touch of Cloth. A Touch of Cloth. You've never seen it? Oh God Almighty! You people, you Philistines, absolute Philistines. You want to find yourself a Touch of Cloth. I watch A Touch of Cloth regularly. I don't know. The delay, yeah, difficult, but still. Yes, that Mitchell and Webb sketch was very entertaining. Well, it's A Touch of Cloth is based on the same euphemism, of course. It's based on A Touch of Frost. The title is based on A Touch of Frost because it's a sort of detective procedural type thing. And as such, it's a parody of Touch of Frost and the euphemism for pooing oneself, yes. Well, technically it's not actually going fully through with it, is it? touching cloth is when you're sort of almost, but not quite. Just thought I'd put forth that distinction, because that's an important distinction to make. But yes, it's very entertaining. This may put you off. It may incline you to watch it. It's Charlie Brooker, I think his name is, the fella behind Black Mirror. But this one's not sort of dark tales. This is full-on hilarity. Harry and Paul. So everybody gets a flat screen television, so you can watch Harry and Paul in the highest of definitions. I didn't exactly do a good job of putting forth the theme song, but nonetheless, that should perhaps tell you, yes, I did watch Harry and Paul, and I must admit that one was a very entertaining series. One of the best sketches they did was the farm of Top Gear, where they had sort of a load of people doing a ridicule of Jeremy Clarkson, and then sort of like a paddock of wild whatever the little fella's name was, Richard Hammond. And then I don't know, the James May. James May was potentially quite a docile creature or something, I don't know, but nonetheless. Let's use the Ogre Flame Dance just for a bit of difference. It's easier to do the Ogre Flame Dance as well. Plus cheaper, I suppose. Hold your chin! My main character in Ready to Rumble is Jet Iron Chin. And I think we can see, as I've previously mentioned, flagging pose, or flagging idle animation. For fuck's sake, why are you obsessed with poses? I don't know. But yes, ping. There you go. Easy as I like that one. Absolute pish a pish. Ding ding ding. So Yuri gets a level up, but unfortunately Marguerite's still lagging behind. I don't know, for some reason I would expect level 19 seems a peculiar one to gain a new skill on. And I know it's just my obsession with like even numbers. I don't. The game developers may just go, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Why am I beating up Ogre Darth Maul? Because he was stood in my way. That's basically why you beat up anything in this game, isn't it? See? Fucking told you it would happen. Little bit of meta game here. Little bit of meta. I guess both you and Dwight think on the same level, sonny boy. No, I'm kidding. Alright, this is it. Wait, there's something on the ground. Huh? What's this? There's like a turtle on it. There's like so totally a turtle. Oh my god. Damn, if it isn't the black tortoise votive picture. So this is the one that Dwight took. That's right. Oh, sorry, I was doing an impression of you, Marguerite. What do you think? Is it good? That's alright. I never expected to get it back in a place like this. Why? Mate. Okay. Just a sidebar, Shushen. You said Dwight took it, yeah? Dwight took it. This is Dwight's tower. Why the fuck wouldn't it be here, you dozy old shit? Where is Floating Plank? Floating Plank is back in the graveyard, and I have no reason to go back into the graveyard. So I can't deny it. There's a small part of me. So it's 9:52 and 52 seconds. I can't guarantee that. That's not necessarily true. What I did there was I took the first number I said and said it again. There's a hole just right for inserting a votive picture. Above it is a picture of a dragon. Will you place the picture in it? Forget the stupid hole. No, let's do it. Which votive picture will you... Oh, okay. No, I don't really want to put the black tortoise in there, because it's not supposed to be. Sure, let's have it. Yes, please. Let's have that picture. So I think you unlock the different pictures later on, and then you can fill in the gaps and the slots. Pop round here. A lottery ticket! That's what we like to do. Interesting, that seems to have come out of nowhere. Did I say something that prompted the words F South America? Now you've said, at the risk of getting banned, I'm slightly hesitant to say it myself. But nonetheless, right, it may seem weird that I'm actually backtracking, but what I just want to slightly test is I'm going to pop back into the arena at... yeah, I'm going to pop back to the arena in Shanghai, because there we go, we can go back to the Kuwait Tower whenever I like. So if we pop back to Huayuan, both countries in it just pulled funding from my XCOM. Ah, poor you, nobody gives a shit. Save it for bingo, Malice. Save it for bingo. Or also known as save it for Saturday. Besides, you really ought to be careful with your XCOMery, because it feels like, I suppose it's just simply because you keep fucking it up, but you've been playing your solo game a lot, which feels like you are inevitably going to bypass and shoot over the progress you've been making on stream, which means you are inevitably going to spoil it. But I suppose if you are truly fucking it up that badly, then fair dues, you're probably not getting any further. Only got near once, fair enough. Right. I probably don't really have the time to be doing this, but fuck it. I don't... Truth be told, I don't think Zhu Zhen or Marguerite are going to stand much of a chance. But, you know... It's not my fault, in the words of Lando Calrissian. It's not my fault. They told me they fixed the hyperdrive. It's not my fault. They told me XCOM would be easy. It's not my fault. So at the moment, Zhu Zhen is fine, but I think when Zhu Zhen gets up to round 6 or 7, he is going to struggle. He is going to struggle a lot in order to keep up with the damage output. I mean, to a certain extent, I can rely on his magic, but his attack strength is certainly not going to be strong enough to get through this, because A, he's not had any extra adaptations to his weapon, and B, he's on the back row, and C, he's a little old man with a stick. He's really not going to be that potent, but, you know, we'll have a crack at this, as I say. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no sense in quitting now, sorry. Different dialogue to Yuri's, which is quite nice. Being that it's supposed to be the old man saying it, it's quite nice to see the difference. Now, it's a shame. It's, yeah, all of his attacks... Oh no, the Ogre Flame Dance, but they are flame themselves, so I can't imagine that's going to do me much good. Also, Flame Attack, not going to do me much good either. But I suppose, arguably, this is quite early on, although there's a part of me fairly confident these are just random. No, alright, maybe random, but ramping up in levels, so perhaps if you get the bosses early doors, you might get lucky, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not... As I say, I'm not holding out much hope for Zhu Zhen being able to win this, but he probably stands a slightly better chance than Marguerite, because Marguerite's a substantially lower level. I say substantially, maybe 2 or 3. Which, you know, in a game like this, is substantial enough to register as substantial. I think you may have used the word substantial a little too much in that sentence. Yeah, I thought so too, but by the time I thought that, it was a little too late, wasn't it? You'd already said substantial about 5 fucking times in one sentence. Oh, substantially too many substantials. Fireball, XO5, coming at your face. Nobody wants that. 3 points damage. Ha! I laugh at your fireballs. You stepped away for a few minutes, you fucking cunt. That's what you get. That's what you get. You get abuse. My claims of over-substantialness are unsubstantiated. I fear they're not. I think I said substantial too many times. And I think that is substantiated. Oh, little cat demons. Annoyingly, an awfully large volume of these creatures I'm fairly confident are fire-based, which means Zhu Zhen is at a slight disadvantage, being that he too is fire-based. So, although he would need a fire edge to make any difference, his weapon attacks are non-elemental, so we're all right there. Is it substantial abuse? Yes, it is. It is, very much so. I will need my, later on in the day, I'm going to require an extra hit of substantial in order to get through the night. No sense quitting now. Oh, that's a big enemy that I don't want to face. No, sorry, Jim and Bob. Well, that is only the third round, so that might be going slightly easier. Real question, did you say it more than you said hello? No, I don't think I did, because that would have been 6 times 3. Quick mathematics, 18. Did you say quick mathematics to stall so that you could do slightly slower mathematics? Yes, I did. So that was 18 hellos and only about 6 or 7 substantials. But the substantials are rising. Substantially. Oh, he's basically done half my health bar in maybe 1 attack. I mean, Nourishing Potion will do me... Well, I mean, it will do me some health. It's... My favourite fighter is Jedi and Jin. What's the most prevalent name in a Chinese phone book? Jin. Oh, I am doing 1 damage. Okay, no more healing for you, Zhu Zhen. I'm gonna let you die, old man. I'm gonna let you die. Hey, old man, guess what? You die, you die, you die. You die, you die, you die. I fucking life sucker. I don't think life sucker actually sucks life, despite being called life sucker. I might be mistaken. If I heal, then I'm mistaken, but I'm fairly certain, yeah. There's a substantial chunk of change to the fella, but I suppose, I mean, maybe I can win on magic alone, but can't say I'm going to bother healing him. We've headed into sort of break territory, so I'll probably just do plentiful life suckers, but other than that, I'm not going to try too hard. I don't know. I might consider trying to do some training in the interim period and then dishing out, perhaps trying to get through Zhu Zhen and Marguerite's pit fights, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it. I can't. Well, I mean, I wasn't entirely sure about doing Yuri's, but then we got the fancy scene with Yuri. So I don't know whether that was a forced one, and these two will just be meh items. But we'll see. As I say, what I might do is train a little bit to get their levels slightly higher, and then maybe try it. But problem is, Yuri makes these things look like a piece of piss, and the other characters really fucking don't. Oh, he is in the flagging pose. I think I might have left it too late to heal though now. Predictable. Do I heal? Oh. Cock burglars. Now I have to try and win. Couldn't you have just killed me earlier? Fuck me. Fuck you. Fuck everyone. Shockwave. Don't you shockwave me. That really didn't do much damage for you, did it? Life sucker. Unfortunately, I've only got 1 life sucker left in me without having to replenish my MP, so if this life sucker doesn't kill it, we're back in a predicament of oh, he's about to go berserk. Tasty balls. Well, you never know, maybe his really shit attack will actually win. I mean, it did. I mean, it is really shit attack this. Fine. Fine game. Fine. We try the next one. Although I must admit, no, I don't think we will. It's too hard on the old boner. I'll give you a reward worth 4 winnings. 500 in cash. Please try again later. I will. As I say, I don't know precisely what we'll do with this pit fight. I'm not convinced this pit fight is that pertinent. If I miss a prize off of the pit fight, I don't think it's going to be that substantial off of the Zhuzhen and Yuri, Zhuzhen and Marguerite fights at the very least. Later on, I think there is a sort of pit fight, but nonetheless, I don't think so. I might get Omni Slash, I don't know. I think we've just literally been discussing the fact that I don't know what you get from it, so I wouldn't know if you got Omni Slash. I'm assuming that's a reference. One assumes Final Fantasy VII because it's the only Omni Slash I know of. I suppose it may have just been too long since I played the original Final Fantasy VII. I don't recall you needing to do a pit fight to get Omni Slash, but as I say, I don't. It's been a very long time since I played Final Fantasy VII. Battle Square in Gold Saucer, fair enough, or at least the original Final Fantasy VII. It's only been a very short period of time since I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I think with the remake, do you even get Omni Slash? Maybe? Maybe not. Can't remember his limit breaks. I think one of them is sort of just the uppity up attack, as we all know and love, the uppity attack. And then his other one is a sort of combo that ends in an uppity attack. So, all in all, he primarily does uppity attacks, which is what everybody loves. Oh, I didn't know. I suppose I grabbed these off of... Oh no, that's sound effects. That's not going to do us so much good, is it? Arguably, these will do nicely. I'll tell you what, you'll recognise this one immediately, so we'll get that playing. Let's see how long that song is. Not very long. Let's add that one. That slaps it up to about 3 minutes. I'll add that one. That slaps her up to about 5 minutes. So we'll be back in approximately 5 minutes for gunpoint, where I will hold you hostage at said gunpoint. There will be a quick off again, on again, just for the sake of the YouTube bits, I think, primarily. Those being separate feels appropriate and makes sense. So see you in a moment or two.